Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupen Sanstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namah. On this auspicious occasion of Dashera, I convey my festive wishes to all my viewers. Welcome to my channel Astronomy, and today I am going to talk about the sixth nakshatra of this Brahmand called as the Ardra Nakshatra. Ardra, the sixth nakshatra of Brahmand, it spans between 6.4, that is 6 degrees 40 minutes, to 20 degrees in the zodiac of Gemini, Mithun Rashi. So, Lord of Mithun Rashi is Mercury. Mercury also has its influence. But if Moon is placed in Ardra Nakshatra, then the Mahadasha starts from Rahu. So Rahu has a great influence on this nakshatra, and while explaining the characteristics of the people born under this nakshatra, you will find a lot of resemblance between that and Rahu and how it resonates and correlates to each other. Ardra represents transformation, change, a major shift in paradigm, because that's one virtue which Ardra represents largely. The symbolic representation of Ardra Nakshatra in the universe is that of a diamond or a tear or moist or something green. Even there is some moist on your skin, wet skin, sweat. Even that is the symbol of Ardra Nakshatra. Now, when we talk about diamond, we know that what kind of force, what kind of change, what kind of transformation a diamond goes through when it is actually found in the mine in the crudest of the forms, in the raw forms, and then it is actually brought in to the factory, it is cut, it is polished, it is purified, and then only it becomes a diamond. So the process which through which a diamond goes through, the same process the person born under Ardra Nakshatra goes through in relevance of transformation, in relevance of change. And that is why diamond is the pictorial representation of this nakshatra called as the Ardra Nakshatra. And we all know how precious, pure, expensive diamond is. But one must not forget that what journey it has traveled before it became a diamond. The lightning and thunder is also associated with the Ardra Nakshatra. People who are born under Ardra Nakshatra are found to be chasing tornadoes, hurricanes, whirlpools, because that is one of the salient feature of this nakshatra. Many people born under this nakshatra also study weather, climate, and also they become a meteorologist. So this is a very unique profession, but it has been found that people born under this nakshatra, few of them also take up this profession. Uh, the deity of Ardra Nakshatra is Rudra, which is the fierce and the dangerous and the powerful form of Lord Shiva. So one must not forget that people born under this nakshatra must worship Lord Shiva, because Lord Shiva indirectly becomes their deity. And another interesting thing related to astrology and this nakshatra is that the eighth house of your horoscope is the house of transformation. It is the house of a phenomenon which gets concluded and then there is a new beginning. So it is a house where something ends and then something new starts. And Ardra Nakshatra also is related to some conclusion and a start of a new phenomenon. It ends and then it starts. But for this, there has to be complete closure of the end. There has to be cleansing of the earlier past. There has to be a cleansing of the previous order. Then only the new order can start. And Ardra Nakshatra people are very fierce in their action. They are very aggressive in their action. And whatever has been initiated by the Mrikshira Nakshatra, that is the fifth nakshatra of the Brahmand, is actually activated by Ardra Nakshatra, because both of them are sitting side by side. So, in nakshatra philosophy, whatever is done or conceived by the third nakshatra is followed by the fourth nakshatra, and likewise, what is conceived by the fourth nakshatra is actually executed by the fifth nakshatra. This is also related to the science. Ardra Nakshatra people will bring in transformation and change in the society and in the world, but they may get aggressive and impulsive in doing so, which they may later regret upon. Like I said, that these Nakshatra people are guided by Rahu. So, what is Rahu? Rahu is something which makes you do beyond the boundaries and the rules and regulations of this society. So Rahu will always, if Rahu is sitting in your seventh house, the probability of you getting married to somebody outside your community becomes very high. That is what Rahu does. It makes you execute things which is outside the boundary and the rules and regulations laid down by the society. Although these people are a little careless and impulsive, but they later on regret their decision of being aggressive and very fearful in their nature. And interestingly, that Rahu gives you immense intelligence. So, interestingly, out of the 27 nakshatras, only two nakshatras are actually related to the mind. That is, one is Ardra nakshatra and the other is Shravan nakshatra. That is why these two nakshatras are called as Manas nakshatras, because they directly impact your mind. They sharpen your intelligence, they sharpen your acumen, and that's how you rise above the rest. Because whatever we do in this life is actually conceived in the mind. So 50% is mind and 50% is execution. So that's why it's a that way it's a very powerful nakshatra. And Ardra in Tamil language, Tamil South Indian language, is referred to as Thiru Ardrai. Thiru means holy or chief, very godly. So, because this nakshatra of Ardra is considered very godly, very heavenly, very pure, very pious, especially in South India, that is why it is referred to as Thiru Ardalai. And one of the interviews of Dr. Arjun Pai, who's a famous researcher of nakshatras in India, very renowned, very respected, and I am also his follower. He said that people born under Ardra nakshatra are not supposed to be born in human form. They were actually not to take human form, but they are forced to take the human form when they were born. Uh, the Ardra Nakshatra people feel more comfortable in semi urban or forest areas or rural areas, tier 3 cities, where there is more flora and fauna, where there is more forest, more greenery, because they find themselves very close to nature. They would not like to stay in a city which is guided by a lot of rules, regulations, laws laid down by the citizens. They don't feel comfortable in that environment. They will only feel comfortable in villages, tier 2 cities, tier 3 cities, something near to forest area. So you will find that people born under this nakshatra normally saying that I would like to do agriculture, I would like to leave my job and go to my village, do some agriculture. Normally, when you go back to their horoscope, you will find that maybe their lagna is into Ardra nakshatra. Many scholars call this nakshatra as an outcast, because when you saw that millions of years ago with a telescope, hundreds of years ago, you could find that these nakshatra stars were little away from the next of the nakshatra stars. And that is why scholars call this as outcast. So see the connection. Rahu also makes you an outcast. When you're a Brahmin, you got married to somebody in a lower caste, and if you come from a very orthodox family, then that family will kind of terminate all the relations with you. Then they'll start calling you outcast. Still, many people in India, they talk like that, they feel like that, and this is the background of the relevance, that because the nakshatra is also placed far off, it is not with the main group of nakshatras. So the scholars call it as an outcast. uh, and these are not the people whom you can bind by the society, I mean the rules and regulations of the house. These are not the kind of people who would like to have a very dominating wife. uh, they would not even like to get married. Lord Shiva never wanted to get married with Ma Parvati, but it was Ma Parvati who was bent upon getting married to Lord Shiva. The nakshatra of Parvati was Mrikshira, which is the fifth nakshatra of this Brahman, and the nakshatra of Lord Shiva is Ardra, and both of them sit next to each other. So, like I said, what is conceived in the fifth nakshatra is actually executed by the sixth nakshatra, the next nakshatra. So, basically, both the nakshatras were sitting together and both of them got married. Uh, Ardra is untamed force, untamed desire, untamed relicence, um, which they would like to reckon with as a solid force, and they don't like to be contained by the laws of the land. Uh, if you try to enforce law on them, then they might end up showing their Rudra form to you, which actually is not wrong. Many criminals, many people who do things which are not accepted by the society, if you study their history, you would find that they are not the kind of people who can be bounded by something. So basically, one must respect their freedom, their space, and if they have a liking towards the natural way of living, then let it be like that. Another very common feature or a very unique feature of Ardra Nakshatra is that these people like to have exotic pets. So some weird examples are Mike Tyson, who has a tiger as a pet. Many of us who would even dream of having tiger as a pet, but Mike Tyson has. Paris Hilton has a dog which has big eyes and which is a very unique and exotic pet. Justin Bieber has a monkey, which is a very unique monkey, and that is a pet. So this nature of having exotic pets are also a feature of the Ardra Nakshatra ascendants. Michael Jackson also had a zoo in his house, and he also had this same Ardra Nakshatra. So this is a small analysis of mine on Ardra, and in case you have liked the video, please do press the like button and subscribe. And in case you want one-to-one consultation on your horoscope, then you can reach me at 9742 881188. I'll be more than happy to analyze your horoscope. Till then, we meet again. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching. Thank you.